Texas Workforce Commission has partnered with the Texas Restaurant Association to understand how COVID-19 has changed the industry. COVID-19 social distancing and safety protocols force you to get creative to serve customers safely. To meet customer demand, many of you changed parking and sidewalk space into dining space. These areas are known as street patios, sidewalk cafes, parklets. Parklets and sidewalk cafes are regulated and permitted by cities. Each city has slightly different rules. This video will discuss general regulations that you might find in your city. Applying for a parklet permit. If your parklet will be on private property, you might not need a city permit. If you own the property, you may be able to operate a parklet without oversight. If you rent your space, you'll need an agreement with your landlord. Before operating a parklet, check your city regulations. Check your tenant agreement. Get all agreements in writing. Parklets can be operated in public right-of-way, city sidewalk, public parking lot. To operate a parklet on public property, you will need a permit from your city. To find out how your city regulates parklets, search online at google.com and type in your city name and parklet regulations, or call your city's development office. Look for local programs. Due to COVID-19, many Texas cities have simplified the application process for permits. Many have also lowered the cost to apply. For example, Austin launched the Shop the Block program. This program allows food, beverage, and retail businesses to apply for a 6-month permit to create a parklet. Permit fees are lower so businesses have minimal investment. Sample regulations for operating a parklet. Parklet regulations are specific to your city. Many cities have similar regulations, especially for designating space and protecting pedestrian right-of-way. Here are some common regulations that you can expect. These examples are from the city of Austin. Your parklet cannot block or interfere with public right-of-way, public utilities including manhole covers or fire hydrants, bus stops, transit stations, or bike lanes, loading zones or taxi zones, handicap parking spots. Other public right-of-way regulations might require 6 feet of clearance for the sidewalk, end caps to separate the cafe from the public walkway, end caps to be 36 inches or higher, the entrance to be ADA compliant, that no element of the parklet can obstruct the public walkway. This means things like umbrellas, canopies, plants, barriers, sandwich boards, or signs. That the existing sidewalk be maintained. No artificial turf or carpet limited to the length of the front of your building. An increase in general liability insurance. A signed maintenance agreement with the city. To find the specific parklet design regulations for your city, go to google.com and type in your city name and parklet design regulations. Alcohol or no alcohol. If you plan to serve alcohol to customers, you need to adhere to TABC guidelines. TABC requires that your parklet must have a physical barrier to mark where alcohol is and is not served. The barrier can be as simple as planters. Parklet dining regulation. Before designing your parklet space, you must check that you're legally allowed to use your parking lot or sidewalk as a dining space. The legality depends on your lease agreement and your city's regulations. You can find your county's parking lot dining regulations through Google or on your city's website. Thanks for joining us for this video series.